Good evening. Cancel culture has been one of the most socially powerful tools used amongst our generation, taking down those of affluence to be held accountable and unfortunately hurting those who are simple citizens with a bad opinion to be gone with ruin beyond return. Social positions of influence and power have deemed those to behave however they saw fit to be brought into held accountable, and yet others who are just normal citizens who maintain opinion above the fray or below, as you would say, to be held in a moral prison, never reaching redemption. In the last several years, people of economic status have been brought down to the cancel culture and who were once untouchables. Cancel culture has been somewhat beneficial, and yet it is detrimental to the use of shaming citizens and other people within our society. To better equip you in what I'm saying, I will first explain how it promotes a following of the social majority instead of those following their own mind of what is moral. Explore how it lends to a false narrative as we as human beings can't grow and improve. And lastly, I want to allow you to discover that we as people have to be allowed an ever-changing and evolving, safe space to have room to process and develop in order to change our minds. There's been many advances in the way we communicate with one another, and one thing is also evolved is our ideas and how we present and communicate our thoughts as of oneself in our own minds. Also known as the call-out culture, it promotes us to take inventory of our moral compasses, but also pushes us a headstrong mentality to object what the majority instead of truly evaluating how we really feel about a situation or purpose. These issues can seem hard-hitting, getting as powerful as political, and sometimes as minuscule as those in entertainment and society. Recently, Sean Combs has been the latest one brought down to earth-shattering humility through lawsuits and allegations of salacious and deviousness, as well as severe abuse towards an ex-lover. Now, those all sustain reasons to be canceled, and rightly so. However, what about those in our society who just have a difference in opinion towards scholarship students who may not deserve it because they don't truly appreciate their educations as much, because you're simply not in the know or the aware of how these influences have helped communities? Same with affirmative action. You let your feelings be told through your social media, and now you are an oppressor, scum of the earth, and racist. Something that's abhorrible in our American society today. Obviously, there are positives and negatives to the call-out culture. In 2023, an online article, Britannica Pro Con, it says that the bullying and violence incited through our call-out culture is even worse than the original offenses. Does this call-out culture even use us as individuals to have a safe space to grow in our thoughts and beliefs? Another article found in Central Florida said there are several views that cancel culture is not new, and elaborates on how the shaming and shunning of citizens have been around for hundreds of years to keep those who might be outside the fray in check. We have to make sure that those who would have been silenced among their communities, who are now able to reach out and say how they feel all over the world, maintain a steady frame of what is correct and what is not. And we have to fight against or even be able to become educated only to be destroyed by this cancel culture does not deem acceptable. Nicole Dunhofer wrote a powerful article in 2017 for the Pegasus where she brought a powerful statement. Yes, celebrities are regular people and do stupid things and reprehensible things. But why should we care more about them than what we are doing to impact the communities around us? While cancel culture is harmful and not allowing full safe spaces for us to grow in our ways and deeming it questionable, it is not really having a truly positive full impact. What is the redeeming sector in the concept as a whole? This modern day tar and feathering will not have the outcome that many hope that it will have. And do we truly really feel that the untouchables are being held accountable, or are we just as normal citizens wanting to wield the power that we've never had before? Are we not immune to power wielding just as those who were in power were not immune to mistakes and poor judgments? Those are the cancel culture has become the norm. We have to make sure that we do not get pleasure out of devouring the deviant amusement of the average citizen. Michan writes in a 2020 article published in New York Times, it's an urgent call to call out the decency and to condemn the individual. We have to allow safe spaces. We have to always call out cancel culture when it is not making genuine steps towards so. We have to not become the reflection in the mirrors of the injustice we claim to abhor. Good evening.